Hello Virgo, and welcome to your October 2022 video. This video is for Sun, Moon or Rising Virgo. Now in October we do have eclipses. Eclipses are fated moments, right? They're moments of transformation. Anything can happen. They're fated, they're karmic. And it's also a time where people that are in our lives will no longer be in our lives. That's what it literally means. Situations that are in our lives will no longer be in our lives. That's overall. They are wild cards. So remember that anything can happen. What happens during the eclipse, we generally work on for the next 6 months until the next eclipse season. So remember and be aware of what's happening during this time for you. And when I say fated and karmic, and I mean it in the essence that, say you have a friend that you communicate with during this eclipse season, you might be like, I don't think I want to talk no more. Or relationships too can go through lots of breakups and shakeups during eclipse seasons, especially. So be aware of that. They change our lives in the essence of what, and like if you think 6 months ago, where were you and where are you now? It changes your whole life and what you'll be doing and what you're experiencing and what you'll be going through and what you'll be working with. Okay, now good news. On the 2nd of October, Mercury goes direct, and it goes direct in your sign. And this is great news for you, right? Because you can now focus on you, where you can communicate what you need to communicate. You can sign the contracts. It's good for you. Mercury's been retrograde. And when Mercury is retrograde and is your ruler, it's very challenging and things don't go your way and miscommunication happens and the conflict happens and past experiences, things just don't go how we want them to go during the Mercury retrograde. Now things can ease up a bit for you, and Mercury comes into your sign while Mercury goes direct in your sign. It's telling you what you need to communicate, what you need to express, what needs to be done, what do you need to say, how do you feel, what are your goals, what you need to express about those goals. And sometimes we need to express our goals to the people around us so we can say, hey, I can't do this for you no more because it's taking up too much of my time and energy. So no more from me. And you are the sign of service. So sometimes you can give a lot of yourself. On the 9th, we have a full moon, and it'll be joining Jupiter in your 8th house. And this has to do with your innermost fears, your anxieties, and anything that is hidden. Past experiences that are painful, trauma is now wanting to be released, and it is with Jupiter, so it can be very beneficial for you. It also asks you to pay anything that you need to pay, because it also does rule debt. Any monies that you need to pay, you can pay during this time. It's a good time to invest your energy in anything that can also bring you in finance and boost your income. So what do you need to invest in? And when I say invest, I don't mean like take your money and put on the stocks or something. I'm talking about invest in you. Do you need to redo that resume? Do you need to speak to a friend that can get you a job somewhere? What do you need to do? Is it, do you want to become self-employed? What is it that you want to do, Virgo? Have you been investing in yourself? Where have you been investing in your time and your energy? Our time and energy is investments. When we give that time and energy and we get nothing out of it, then we are losing time and energy on things that we can be working towards that are actually beneficial to you. So it's asking you to work on those things, but you will be feeling deeply emotional. You'll be feeling vulnerable. A lot of your fears and insecurities will be coming through. Anything hidden will come to light during this full moon. The 8th house rules what's hidden, but the full moon loves to bring it to light. Jupiter will expand your wisdom and truth upon this. So be aware of any truths that need to be faced, truths about yourself, about your insecurities, truths about others. And any hidden agendas can come to light during that time. The 8th house wants you to open up to your deepest feelings. And sometimes to do that, it has to go deep. And you need to go deep. It needs to break you down. And it to break you down is only to bring you up. And it's empowering for you. On the 11th, Mercury moves into the 2nd house. And this is good for your skills and talents. Look at those things. And it's to boost your income. What you want to do. What you need to communicate to boost your incomes. What papers do you need to look at? What do you need to look at? Sometimes it's as simple as writing a budget list, or sometimes it's actually looking through your bank account and seeing where do you have money and what you need to do with it, right? Communication about money will be happening during that time. You need to be aware of your skills and talents, because that is an important thing. You might be even communicating about that. Why am I strong and why am I weak? Do I need to change jobs? Do I need to do this? Do I need to turn my hobby into something? Do I need to do something to boost my income? Mercury was retrograde prior for you, right, during this Mercury season, Mercury retrograde season from the 9th until the 23rd of September. And it was retrograde in Libra, which is your second house. And now Mercury will be direct in the on the 11th of October in the second house. So it's telling you, what did you experience during the Mercury retrograde that showed you things that came up about your finances that you now need to rework and see what you can do with it and how you can move forward. But it also offers you opportunities. Remember, Mercury is now direct, so you now can take action, right? If you went through any delays, then now it actually moves forward for you and brings you a lot more energy. On the 24th, or by the 24th, the sun would have moved into the third house. Venus is also now in the third house on the 24th. And on the 25th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in the third house. Communication, right? This highlights communication, what you want to learn, what you want to communicate about. You might be looking to have some heart-to-heart conversations with others. The solar eclipse can bring communication to a head for you. Be like, this is revealed to me through communication with others, and you can see things clearly. So be open to the opportunities that communication does. This is where you can talk to a friend and maybe they'll tell you something that's really beneficial, like an opportunity there, or maybe you should do this, or maybe you should try that. You know, maybe you should try this hair oil. It really works well for my hair. Or maybe you should go and apply to work here. This is a great place to work. Or maybe the thing about it is the communication that you have can bring a lot of opportunities. It'll also show you anything that's hidden that others have been holding back from you. A lot of gossip too can come through around that time. Communication will be a lot around you, and people will want to communicate with you. People want to communicate. People want to negotiate with you. Negotiate on terms of anything, right? You can even negotiate on terms of salary. You can negotiate on basically when it comes to who does the chores at home, you know, how much of this is taking my energy, what needs to be done, what communication needs to be had. How can you express yourself? It's a great time if you want to learn anything new. Good for that. It's a great time if you want to take a small trip that can be very good for you, right? To get your mind off things, because your mind is really busy. You'll be overthinking by this time, so much so of every possible scenario and every little thing and every little detail, that you will need to do things to calm your mind. Mindfulness, like, you know, be aware of the thoughts that are running through your mind. Are they too much? Is it overwhelming? Is it doing you good? Like, is it, you know, thoughts that are overwhelming, like, I have a fear about this, I wonder about this and this and that. That is, that is a lot. And sometimes we need to just light some incense, right? And just, you know, take in the smell of the incense and stop and pause for a moment. And you're going to have to hit pause on your mind, because sleep will be like, I can't get it because I just keep thinking of everything. So be aware of that during that solar eclipse. Be gentle with yourself. On the 30th, Mars goes retrograde in your 10th house. And we did speak about gossip, especially with that third house. And there's so much communication and people want to connect to you with that solar eclipse. It's good in a way because it'll offer you some opportunities, but sometimes it can be too much, right? Too much communication, too much thinking, too much. But it's great for learning. If you can take some time to learn something, it'll do you wonders. If you can take a trip, like a small trip, like a car trip, sorry, that would be great. But it's the time where you need some time away to just quieten your mind. The 30th, Mars goes retrograde in your 10th house. Mars is the planet of action, motivation, right? It gives us the green light to go, go, go. In retrograde, it says stop, right? And also we lack vitality because it gives us the vitality. So when it's in retrograde, we don't have the vitality. So be aware of accents, because we are not really having the physical vitality that we normally would. We're a bit more tired now. And with that Mars retrograde, it can bring a lot of aggression. Mars retrograde is happening in your 10th house. This is the house of career, goals, dreams, ambitions, public reputation. Your public image and reputation. Wouldn't be a great time to go like change your style during that time. Okay, you might regret it after the Mars retrograde. So it's telling you, watch how you are coming across towards others, because others might perceive you as more aggressive during this time. Especially with Mars there and it's, you know, retrograde and the way that you communicate, especially, they might be like, oh, you feel more aggressive. This is the house where other people perceive us. So look at how you are coming across. Mars retrograde can also bring a lot of aggression when it comes to other people, because they might just start off the sun and be like, you are this way. And that might even make you more like angry about it. So there's a lot of anger too with Mars, because Mars is symbolically the god of war, the soldier, the warrior. So we all feel like, you know, we are on that attack mode, and I'm really tired. And now you're coming at me. Don't at me with this. And that's exactly the feeling. And it can be a lot in your work life, right? A work life will bring gossip. People will perceive you in the wrong way. You're not being understood. They're not getting you as a person too. So be aware firstly of how you come across, but understand that people are perceiving you in a way that you are not even understanding right now. It makes no sense. And Mars will be retrograde throughout the month. So changes within the career zone need to be made. And this is building your confidence too within you if you've been lacking any confidence about career changes you want to make. So think about in the past what career changes you wanted to make and what haven't you acted upon. Mars retrograde will show you didn't act on it in the past, and now you're sitting here with this, and you know, you can actually go back to things you wanted to work on that you didn't work on previously. So you have the vitality now to work on past stuff, anything from the past. It can also bring back, you know, maybe people you've worked with from the past, or a dream or a goal that you had, or a sense of purpose that you had that you neglected, and now it can say like, okay, you can focus on this is what you need to focus on. But otherwise, the people around you can bring a lot of conflict, right? You're being perceived in a way that's, you know, with Mars especially, people are perceiving you in a more aggressive way, and there's a lot more aggression in the air as a whole because of Mars being retrograde too. It can make people very moody, agitated, but for you, the way you're being perceived is coming to people like it's off, like, oh, you're aggressive. And me, I'm just telling you to check in with yourself of how you speak. It is not saying you are aggressive, but just be aware, you know. At the same time, know that people are also perceiving you this way. It doesn't mean you are this way. Mars retrograde there is making this energy around you, in essence, that's just been coming towards other people that they just feel through. And they want to now also create conflict with you. They want to gossip about you. They want to talk about you. Your reputation is also involved there. But any goals you've had in the past, whether it's about health-wise, how you want to take care of yourself, a dream or a goal about a dream you had of maybe you wanted to do something and you didn't do it. What are your goals and dreams? Maybe you wanted to write a book. Maybe you wanted to do something that was of importance to you. Mars will be retrograding, especially around you at this time, to say, look at those goals and dreams. Find the confidence within yourself that you know, maybe you weren't believing in yourself, and now you need to believe in yourself and go for it. It's not a great time though to start anything new. Remember, it's not the go green light, it's the red light. So remember that. Just revise everything and reevaluate everything. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. My website is linked down below if you'd like a reading, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos.